looking very rough, but hello, welcome to the Siem Reap vlog in my little Cambodia series. We are about to head from Sihanoukville to Siem Reap on an overnight bus, and I won't lie to you, we are not thriving. Morale is low today. I don't know why. Tom and I just didn't really sleep very well last night, and obviously tonight we've got an overnight bus, so that's 2 nights in a row of bad sleep, because like I know I won't sleep well tonight. And we've just had a day of it, you know, when like a lot of things just don't really go your way. And I kind of wanted to start this vlog like that because this is a reality of backpacking. We've been backpacking for 3 months now. We know how it goes. We're in the swing of it, and every now and then you just have a day where it's like, okay, this hasn't been the best day, and that's fine, because if you're at home, not every day is the best day. But I thought I would just be like, hello, welcome to the vlog. I'm still very much enjoying being here. I feel like I just need a good night's sleep, to be honest. But we've just had some food, and then we're gonna head back to the bus station to get on our 13-hour coach to Siem Reap. So I will vlog what the experience is like. It doesn't have great reviews, but it is like one of the only ways you can actually get there. So yeah, I mean, unless you were to fly directly into Siem Reap, but we didn't do that. We flew into Phnom Penh. So hopefully from here on out, the vlog is gonna pick up. But I wanted to be honest with you, I want it to be real. And if anybody has ever backpacked, I'm sure you know the exact feeling I mean.
Okay, I go into this in more depth in a minute, but honestly, this was the worst night of our entire backpacking experience. This overnight bus was so incredibly cramped. There were way too many people crammed in way too small a space, and I would simply never do it again. Plus, it seemed to go on forever. Honestly, it was a real experience. Looking back now, I can laugh at it, but as you can imagine, this was my face the following morning. I wasn't pleased.
Oh my gosh, guys, we have arrived in Siem Reap. I don't think I even filmed any of the overnight bus, really. Did you get any footage of it? I think I maybe got like 1 clip, but it was a true experience. Tom and I shared a bunk bed, but 1 bunk between the 2 of us. Unfortunately, I quite like Tom, so I don't mind being up close and personal with him.
Unfortunately, I don't like Molly that much.
Unfortunately, Tom does not like being squashed in his sleep. But what was more bizarre was that if I'd have been travelling alone, I would have still had to do that with a random stranger. Like, there was a lad next to us who got on with his mates, but there was an odd number of them. So he just had a bunk to himself for like the first stop. And then a random man got on and just like squeezed into this bunk bed with him. And I was thinking, this is so weird. Like, bizarre. I have never been anywhere like this. There's just no personal space at all. It was cramped. It was bumpy, but it got us to Siem Reap. Like, I didn't enjoy it. I don't want to do it again. But I actually did get about 6 hours of sleep, so we'll take it. Tom got about 2, so he's feeling grouchy. It was a true experience. There isn't really another way to travel in Cambodia. Like, that guy's shouting at us. There isn't really an easier way to travel, so it was that or nothing, because you can't internally fly. There's no real train network either, so it was like, well. But yeah, we've arrived in Siem Reap. We arrived at 5:30 in the morning, so we can't check into the hostel that we're staying at. And also everywhere was closed, so we sat in the hostel lobby for the last like 2 hours until they started serving breakfast, which you just saw us having. And actually I'm feeling a bit chirpier now. It stopped raining.
One of us is.
The hostel that we're staying in is Mad Monkeys. It's actually quite a famous hostel chain, and we decided to hostel it here because we've heard it's a bit of a party. I'm pretty sure they're still on the sesh from last night. No, I'm pretty sure they're still out from last night. It's that early. But yeah, we thought we'll make a bit more of a party out of Siem Reap because I've heard that it is a bit like that. Staying in a shared dorm room. We haven't done a hostel for a while. We didn't do any hostels in Vietnam. It looks really nice. The lobby was lovely. Had a pool table, had beer pong. But yeah, we're just walking into the town now to kind of explore. We waited as long as we could. It's 8:30. I still feel like everywhere's gonna be closed though. Guys, I really feel like I accidentally cursed this vlog.
Basically, anything Molly attempts to go to is either not there or closed.
Google Maps doesn't really work here because I think that, oh no, it's not Google Maps, is it?
Apple Maps doesn't work at all.
Apple Maps doesn't work because Apple is not like the leading phone network here. Like, most people don't have iPhones, so Apple Maps doesn't work at all. Google Maps is 2 years out of date, obviously because of the pandemic.
So like at least 50% of the stuff we've gone to has been closed, just because we can't afford to keep open.
Yeah, so bear that in mind if you are planning on traveling soon. Google Maps especially, it wasn't so bad in Thailand, but
Cambodia and Vietnam, we've noticed it massively. Like, we actually can't even get out here, Tom. We'll walk all the way to something and it just doesn't exist anymore. Or for example, Google says that the opening hours here are 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m, which is why we came here. But then on the door it just says closed down, so it's like, okay.
If you're unsure of any place, probably the best bet is to look on TripAdvisor or some review website and just look when the most recent review was. I've read the reviews for this, so I don't know when this closed, because I don't think it closed because of COVID. But yeah, we've walked a mile and a half, but it's okay. And I'm on 2 hours sleep.
This vlog can only get better. I'm still smiling, but I'm not smiling on the inside. Guys, I am pleased to report that the day has turned around. We have checked into our hostel room. As I mentioned, we're staying at Mad Monkeys. This is probably one of the most famous hostels in Siem Reap, but also it's a popular hostel chain across all of Asia. They have one in the Philippines, they have one in Australia, they have another one in Cambodia, Bali, like they're everywhere. It's known for being a party hostel, and it definitely is quite lively, so do bear that in mind. But also it cost Tom and I £7 per night for a shared dorm of 4. We just met the only other guy that's in here. He was really lovely. He's from Singapore, very, very cool. And currently there's nobody else, so it's just me and Tom and him. I'll show you the room. It's actually probably the nicest hostel I've stayed in on this whole trip. This is what it looks like. So Tom and I have this bunk bed here. There's a lot of floor space, a lot of luggage space. You also get a big locker each, which is really, really good. And then also out here, we do actually have a balcony with a view of the pool. There's people, oh, there were people out here playing volleyball, but there's a lot of people staying in this hostel that all seem really, really cool. We also have an ensuite bathroom. Tom is in the shower, so all in all it's really good value for money. It's right in the center as well. The fact that we're showered and checked in is not the only reason why today has turned around, because we also now have plans to spontaneously meet up with Jack, Jade and V are in Cambodia with a charity, an education charity, which is so cool. And I saw that they were flying into Cambodia and I was like, oh, Tom and I are here, what are the odds? And they were like, oh, we're in Siem Reap, where are you? And I was like, stop it, we're in Siem Reap. So we're gonna meet up with them for dinner and drinks this evening, and the people that they're here with. That's gonna be so much fun. Tom and I have been traveling just the two of us for around 3 weeks now, so it'll be nice to be back in like a group setting. So obviously we've met like one-off people here and there, but we haven't like gone out for dinner as a group for a while. I was gonna say actually I haven't seen Jade and Jack and V for ages. I haven't seen V for ages, since like winter in the city. I actually saw Jade and Jack like 3 days before Tom and I flew out here, which was so coincidental. Like they were the last people I saw in the UK, and now they're like here. It's so random. But first we're actually gonna have a nap. I had not a great night's sleep and we've been here since 5 a.m. It's now 2 p.m. and we just need to recharge, to be honest. And while the hostel room is empty, I'm getting an hour's sleep. This is my outfit for the evening slash the rest of the afternoon. It's only actually like 3:30 p.m. but we're gonna go out now. We're gonna have a drink in the hostel just to like mingle, and then we're gonna head out to the markets and then meet Jade, Jack and V. The whole outfit is from Cotton On. I bought it in Ho Chi Minh City from Cotton On. Little green skirt that's like plaid. It's like this kind of ruched plaid material. I really like it. And then it's got a frill around the bottom. And then a pretty similar matching green top. It almost looks like it could be a co-ord, but it's not. And my hair is still wet, so we're gonna go. Later on, it is 6:15. We've just stopped off for a little drink. I've actually finished it. I had a gin spritzer. My hair has dried in the heat. It's just so fluffy. Also, I'm gonna get a copyright from this One Republic song, so goodbye.
Look at the hearts.
Look who it is.
Oh yeah.
What an intro to the vlog. What an unexpected turn of events. It is a very small world indeed.
I love things like this happening.
I know, honestly, it makes me so happy.
And Molly are matching.
I know, we accidentally have both got green tops on that look very similar. But more importantly,
Heart rice.
look at the heart-shaped rice, which also kind of matches us. I love it. I'm very excited about this. I've got vegetable curry. Has yours arrived yet? Oh no, okay, what did you order? You ordered...
It's on a
This is vegan. No, what did you order? You got cashew nut and something.
I'm actually so excited.
Because I want to...
fried vegetables, cashew nuts, a bit of tofu, bit of heart-shaped rice.
Bit of heart-shaped rice. I'm gonna trade you a little bit for my vegetarian curry so I can try a little bit. Yeah.
Look out for your veggie friends.
Yes, you do. I literally filmed nothing, but they're all leaving. I'm gonna wave, even though they're not waving back. That was nice, wasn't it? That was so lovely. We've just finished up having dinner. I really didn't film very much. Obviously, we were literally having dinner and just having the biggest catch up. We covered so much ground, from the charity work that they're doing here to YouTube to such random stuff like Jack living in Paris, and like honestly it was just such a lovely catch up, and the food was really good as well. I had a vegetarian curry and rice, and Tom tried to have a soup, but that didn't really work out for you, did it? So Tom had a burger. Woo! But then I also shared Jade's meal, which was also amazing. So really great food. You know when you haven't seen your friends for like ages and then you're just like blah, 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 especially because obviously Tom and I have been traveling, just the two of us, for like 3 weeks now. This is the famous pub street, and guys, I don't even imagine that this is a fraction of what it was like pre-COVID. Like there's just nobody around. Good morning from Siem Reap. I am significantly more chirpy now that we've had a full 10 hours of sleep, which is a miracle for a hostel in itself. But today we are heading to the golden star of Siem Reap, the shiny jewel of Cambodia as a whole. The reason that people travel here, the reason that people visit on their Southeast Asia trip might be a bit of an exaggeration. I'm sure it's not just for this reason, but we are heading to Angkor Wat. It is, I'm pretty sure, the world's largest temple. It actually takes 3 days to cover it. We're just gonna do 1 day because, like, as much as I love a temple, 3 days of it I think might be too much, so we're just doing like a 1 afternoon little tour. First we're heading for breakfast. I'm gonna show you my outfit. This is what I have on for like before we actually go to the temple. So I bought these trousers from a market yesterday. They're like wrap around trousers, so like you can see it's like one bit of fabric and it basically fastens at the front. And then I have also got my new cotton on shirt for when we're actually at the temple. Obviously I'm gonna need my shoulders covered. This is super lightweight, really thin, just white material. It is so hot to be walking around all day, but like we only have today as a full day in Siem Reap, so we want to do Angkor Wat and make the most of it. We're gonna head for breakfast first and then we're heading straight off. We have come to Footprints Cafe, which is actually a book cafe. It's filled like wall to wall with bookshelves just everywhere, which is amazing. That's kind of what sold me on it. I'm sorry, just look at these drinks. I mean, mine is boring. I went for an iced latte. Tom went for like a brownie milkshake thing, and it looks like chocolate heaven, to be honest. I am in my element in here. It is a reading cafe where you can like pick up the books and like pick a book you want to read whilst you're eating your breakfast, basically. It would be really good for solo travelers, actually. Look at how good it looks. I went for eggs Florentine, which is veggie, hash browns, tomatoes. We are heading to Angkor Wat. Just bought our tickets. It's not cheap, I'm not gonna lie, but it is bloody massive, and you do get a 2-day entry on 1 ticket.
Also includes a $2 contribution to the Children's Hospital Fund.
That's good.
Angkor Wat is built for observing the solar and the lunar movement as well. They say if you come on there, see sunrise on the 21st of September, the sunrise exactly in the central tower.
Right in the middle.
Again, on the 22nd of March, you could see the sunrise above the central tower.
Wow.
Related to spring equinox.
Oh wow, that's so interesting. When you're backpacking, you do definitely need to be savvy for people trying to sell you stuff that you don't need. However, the tour guides that are trying to sell their tours of Angkor Wat, I really think are worth it, because otherwise you're walking around and you're not really able to understand and get a real feel for the history of it, because obviously it's all written in Cambodian and I didn't actually know anything about the temple beforehand. So I do think this is one of the times where it is worth investing in a guided tour. Oh, guys, we've just climbed up the tallest ladders ever. I'm sweating like I've never sweated before. I'm so hot.
It is muggy.
I wish you could see, actually. Oh, you can see. But yeah, we just climbed up the steepest set of stairs. It was like a ladder, and now we're gonna climb it down them again. But look at this view. It is insane. We are learning so much incredible history about the history of Angkor Wat, when it was built, the like European kind of influence, and then like how it went from the capital of Cambodia to just like in Siem Reap, because obviously like Siem Reap is not the capital anymore, but Angkor actually used to be the capital, which is why I guess it's called Angkor Wat. Really interesting. We're with a tour guide. He is so good. He knows everything about everything. Like, he is telling us literally the most detailed description, so I feel like we're having a proper history lesson.
Yeah, I have no idea how they remember.
I know, I'm walking around, I'm like, oh my god, is he just reading the stuff from memory? But I think they're just so passionate. But yeah, it's incredible. We've definitely got our money's worth out of our ticket, but look at this view. We are on to temple number 2. This is the second part of the like shorter Angkor Wat tour. We did the last bit, which was the actual Angkor Wat temple, with a tour guide, just so that we could learn some history. I think I just said this actually. Honestly, I'm just losing my mind this morning. My trousers that I wore, that I showed you, completely split in the middle of Angkor Wat. So they're all like, oh, make sure your legs are covered, make sure your shoulders are covered, like sacred and all of this. I don't really know what they want you to do when your whole bum is out in Angkor Wat because your trousers have split. I was literally there like, well, bloody good job that my knees and my shoulders are covered up, but everybody behind me can see my knickers. So
you were literally the butt of the joke.
I was the butt of the joke. It was so embarrassing. I was walking with Tom so closely behind me, and then as soon as we got back in the tuk-tuk, I was like, can we stop at a stall to buy a skirt? So, don't know if you can see it.
I actually think these are nicer.
Well, this is a skirt, not trousers, so hopefully it won't be splitting. And it is thicker material, which is a blessing because it's not going to split, but a curse because it's so warm.
We're missing something.
We're about to enter. The architecture is just incredible. It was built in 1113, guys. You just cannot believe that this architecture has stood for nearly 1,000 years and it still looks just phenomenal. Parkour! What are you doing?
I made a mistake.
You've gone down the wrong way, haven't you?
And now I'm in a bit of a predicament.
You're gonna have to just jump. Yeah, Spider-Man. I have got changed. I feel so much better. I loved... Thank you. I loved Angkor Wat. You absolutely must do it if you're in Siem Reap. It's probably the best temples that we've visited just because of the history. However, I understand why people say do it at sunrise because my god,
it was hot.
I have never sweated so much. Everything I'm wearing, guys, I've had to hang it up outside because it's wet. Like, but we are about to go downstairs in the hostel and just sit and have a little drink here whilst we book some onward travel. A lot of backpacking is like booking onward travel while you're on the go. We have spontaneously just decided, literally a few days ago, that we're going to go to Singapore after this, which was never on our itinerary.
Basically, just because somebody else that we spoke to said you don't need to test anymore.
They were like, oh, there's no entry requirements, and we have to stop there anyway on our like next leg of the journey. You guys will have seen by now that we're in Bali, but you have to stop in Singapore. So we were like, oh well, instead of doing a layover in the airport, let's just go to Singapore for a few days. So now we're like, okay, we need to find somewhere to stay, but everything's super booked up
and super expensive.
Singapore is so crazy expensive compared to the rest of Asia. But anyway, that is not this vlog. This vlog is Siem Reap, but I'm just telling you, we're heading downstairs in the hostel. We're gonna have a bev and we're gonna book some onward travel and also get some editing done before we go for dinner. Also, can we just talk about the amount of makeup I'm wearing? Eyeshadow? Who's she? We are in this such cool restaurant called Wild. This was actually recommended to us by a couple that we met in Vietnam, but I'll show you the menu because basically they specialize in spring rolls, and when they say specialize, the entire menu is spring rolls, but like all different versions. So you can have like traditional just cheese, which obviously I'm in my heaven with this, various different flavors, even sweet ones, which is really cool. And then they also have fresh spring rolls, which is the kind that we were having in Vietnam. We actually made some of our own. And then they also do some potatoes, and then as well as being a spring roll bar, they are also a cocktail bar, so they have a really cool cocktail list. I'm so excited to be here. We actually haven't eaten today because we spent so long at Angkor Wat that we didn't get lunch, so we are starving. We've ordered 2 plates of spring rolls to eat and the fries. I'm very, very excited. Plus it's in this really gorgeous setting with like the fairy light, the like tropical jungle vibes, Thomas, and then also the bar behind. It's just all really cool. You can tell that they've really thought about this when they made it. I have gone for a gin and like pomegranate kind of cocktail. It's in a mug. I'm not sure how we feel about this, but I literally have a mug of alcohol. backpacking. Guys, I could actually cry with excitement at the food in front of us right now. I am so excited to eat this. I've never been so excited about spring rolls in my life. It smells incredible, and also they've got these cute little flags in so that we know which ones they are. Guys, this is the first taste test. I've got cheese and sun-dried tomatoes. Stop it. Guys, we ordered more. They were so good that we ordered more. We've got one more savoury and then a sweet one for me. Thank you so much. So guys, this is actually the end of the Siem Reap vlog. As you can see, I'm now in a different room. I'm still actually in a Mad Monkey hostel, but I'm now in Phnom Penh. We have just arrived, but yeah, I'm gonna end the Siem Reap vlog here. I feel like this was a real journey of emotions. I feel like there were times during this trip where we were kind of like, this isn't the best thing we've done, but then also there were times in this vlog and like in our Siem Reap stay where we were like, this is one of the best things we've done. Like seeing Angkor, seeing Jade and Jack and V as well really was a true highlight. Like it was so nice to see a familiar face. I don't actually think I'd realized that I was like missing that feeling of like old friendships, like not new friends, people already know you. I think I hadn't realized that that was something that would be like really nice until I was sat with them and I was like, oh my god, people that know me already, and I'm not having to be like, hi, my name's Molly, I'm from England, like, oh, I work in social media. Like, it's not an introductory dinner. Yeah, a real up and down of emotions. I'm gonna be honest, the transportation in Cambodia has kind of ruined parts of the experience for us. The overnight bus at the beginning of this vlog, similarly the bus we just got back to Phnom Penh, like none of it has been good, and I do think that impacts your view of the country as a whole. That is no disrespect to Cambodia, I just think we have had particularly like unlucky experiences. Yeah, it has been a whirlwind of emotions, and obviously there are elements of like, we've been backpacking a long time now and we are like quite tired, and when these things go wrong, it impacts like our mood a little bit. So we needed a good night's sleep when we arrived in Siem Reap, so I hope you don't think it was too negative, but also I do want to bring across the reality of what it's like backpacking in Southeast Asia for like 3 to 4 months. So hopefully you've enjoyed it anyway. Hopefully you've got to see a little bit of what Siem Reap is like. I think actually it's my favourite place we've been in Cambodia. Obviously I don't have too much to compare it to, but it is a cool town. It is really vibrant. I think that it has the potential to be so similar to like maybe Chiang Mai in Thailand or even Pai in Thailand, but I think that what is lacking is one, the tourism, and two, like the pick-me-up since COVID. Like you can tell what it would have been like before the pandemic, and it's just not quite at that point yet where it's like back up and running. A lot of things are closed down. Yeah, I do think it was an interesting comparison to like northern Thailand and other places we've been where it's been like quite temple heavy. If you are in Cambodia, Siem Reap is an absolute must too. I can't imagine why you would come to Cambodia and not go to Siem Reap. So I hope you have enjoyed the vlog. Give it a thumbs up if you have, and I shall see you in the next one, which is going to be from Phnom Penh, which is where we are right now. Bye guys.